All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the first podcast type of streaming video that I'm giving you guys in the last, I don't know, 8 or 9 weeks. I haven't really got anything together, just been so busy really working out and giving you guys that content. But I really wanted to give you guys the World Championship preview for Oslo, Norway, which is coming up starting, I believe, Saturday in Oslo. And, this is, obviously an Olympic year, 2021. However, they are still holding a full World Championships, 10 weight classes. And so, this was a really, really deep dive for me to research every single weight class and, really try and figure out also who's actually going. The transparency for the World Championships as opposed to the Olympics, it's not as neat and clean as the Olympics was. The Olympics was very neat and clean. We knew there were going to be 16 entries. We knew who they all were because they all had to qualify. For the World Championships, very different. Each country gets to send a delegation, and they get to submit their entries up to 3 days prior to the start. And so, the entries are still not even finalized because the entries are submitted, but they still can be changed. And, I'm talking about transparency and organization. Well, there's none of it. And part of the reason, I spoke about this, a few months ago when I was doing the Olympic preview, part of me doing this is to try and gather all that information and give it to you guys so it's all in one spot. And, it's a huge task, and I can't do this by myself. And pretty soon, I'm going to have to branch off, and I have, some ideas on how to do this. But for now, I'm keeping it in my pocket right here. I do enjoy doing this also. I'm learning a lot, especially the women's wrestling, I'm learning a lot. And just learning on reporting and journalism. I don't consider myself a journalist. However, I do believe reporting is part of journalist duties. So, part of that is that. So it's been good experience, and I can hand that off and pass it off. And, the social media stuff has obviously been what I've been really grinding out on. But, eventually I'm going to have to bring some more people around me and have them help me accomplish all these things I want to give to you guys. So, a couple things. Obviously, it was a deep dive, 10 weight classes, men's freestyle, women's freestyle, men's Greco-Roman. So 30 weight classes I have to deal with. And then I tried to go 4 athletes deep in every weight class, the top 4, and here's the format, how I'm going to do this time. I'm looking at my computer screen here. There's no way I'm going to be able to remember 120 names. Especially some of these names are super hard to pronounce. And, I was practicing earlier, but bear with me here. 120 names, and we don't know the draws. And that was one of the things I didn't really think about prior to Tokyo Olympics. I made the predictions obviously before the Olympics. However, I made them before the draws even came out. And so, some of my predictions were impossible to even, if I predicted 2 finalists and they met in the semis because of the draws, it was impossible to see them in the finals. So, that was sort of I won't say like a downfall to my picks. In Tokyo, I did pick only 3 gold medalists out of 18 weights. Not very good. However, I did pick 47 medalists out of 72, which is like 65%. And so I don't think anybody has, looked at this stuff in the depth that I have. I'm sure they have, maybe they have, but they haven't published it. I'm publishing it. I'm giving it to you guys, giving you my knowledge and sharing what I find through my research as well. So, without further ado, it's late here. My contacts, I got these new contacts. They're already like drying up at this time of the night. So I'm going to try and fly through this. Again, I'm going to go 4 deep. These are not my predictions, but they are the contenders. These are all the guys that and ladies that I believe are the contenders. And I have 4, and I also have all the U.S. men's and women's team here as well. I'm going to mention them as well. And I have my USA, Team USA Olympic shirt on for just to get in the spirit of it. And then tomorrow, something exciting tomorrow, speaking of, podcasts, I have Olympic champion Hyungwoo Kim from South Korea. He is going to come on and do an interview with me. I'm super pumped about it. I got to train with him in 2018, and he didn't get to go to Tokyo. He had COVID, believe it or not, and unfortunately wasn't able to qualify the weight class. He went to Bulgaria to compete and tested him, and he had COVID. So he's also sort of on the trail of injury as well. So he's recovering. So he's not going to be in Oslo. So I thought it was a good opportunity. I talked to him yesterday. I thought it was a good opportunity to catch him and just give me, where he's at. And I thought it would be awesome to add him in addition to this preview. So here we go. What do you guys want to start with? I've been debating that. Who do I start with? Let's start with the ladies. All right, I'm going to run down just weight by weight here. Weight by weight class, 50 kilograms. 50 kilograms. Yu Sasaki is not here. Japanese Olympic champion at this weight class. Also, who's not here is Sun Yun from China. She was the Olympic finalist, and she is also not in here. So guess who that opens the door to? Sarah Hildebrand. She was an Olympic bronze medalist. She lost to Sun. Ooh, she had a heartbreaker in the semifinals against Sun. And, Sarah is ready to go. I have her winning this whole thing. I didn't say I was going to make her predictions, but I do have her winning this thing. And just so you know, I'm going to break down and give you my predictions. I believe the day before each weight class is contested, they're going to release the draws and the brackets. So at that point, when I can see them, I will release my opinions and my picks. So Sarah Hildebrand is in there. You also have Ramina Yoshimoto from Japan. She is a very good athlete, and she's right behind Sasaki as well. So she's going to be in the hunt. And then from Russia, you have Nadezhda Sokolova from Russia, and so she's going to be in the hunt as well. So moving on, I'm not spending tons of time here. Again, 53 kilograms. The Olympic champion is not here, but we do have Olympic bronze medalist here. Bolatuya Bat Ochur from Mongolia. She is in there, and she was, I think, maybe only the second Mongolian woman to win an Olympic medal. And so she's impressive, and I'm glad to see her coming back, just a few months after the games to compete. And I have a strong feeling she can potentially win. You also have the youngster. There's a lot of, talk about her, Akari Fujinami from Japan. She also, believe, comes from the same, training school as Sasaki. So you cannot count her out as well. And then you have Emma Malmgren from, I believe she's from Sweden. So you have those three, and then plus you have Fernside from the United States at 53 kilograms. That should be a good one to watch as well. 55 kilograms. We have this. I believe she is from Kyrgyzstan. Olga, let's see, Olga Kurachevsevja. And I believe she's from Kyrgyzstan and one of the first Kyrgyzstan Olympic medals to actually be won. And I'll get to the other one here in a moment. And then Jenna Burkett is in there from the United States. She, if you remember, she lost to Helen at 57 kilograms for the Olympic trials. And that was a heartbreaker. She had just lost her mom, but she's moving down to 55 kilograms. And she sounds like, she just actually followed me on Instagram. I followed her back and I've been watching her journey. So that's kind of awesome. I get to, get to see what's going on. Obviously they post it to their stories and I see what's happening. So I'm confident that she can bring home a medal as well. And then you have Roxana Zasina from Poland as well. All right, moving on, 57 kilograms. I'm taking Helen Maroulis to win the whole thing. She's an Olympic bronze medalist from Tokyo. Obviously, she's the Olympic champion from Rio, and she's back. I'm excited to see her come back, especially, all the adversity she's gone through in the last, she's gone through a lot in the last 5 years. Obviously, coronavirus, COVID, but the injuries, the concussions, she's bounced around. She had a coach in Maryland. She was in Maryland for a bit, which I thought was awesome, which is literally 20 minutes away. And she had a coach that was like just physically mistreating her. And I couldn't believe it. I read it in the Washington Post actually, but I haven't heard much else about it. But she bounced up to Penn State, didn't last there very long, and then bounced over to in Arizona where Mark Perry is. He's got a nice little group at Sunkiss Kids. But Helen's going to have a tough road. Helen's going to have Evelina Nikolova from Bulgaria. She is going to have now this girl from Nigeria. Let me see if I can pronounce her name. Adonyo Aderukia. She demolished Helen at an event prior to the Olympics, a few months prior to the Olympics. And it was Helen's, first competition back in a while, but man, she just dominated Helen. But she's going to be at the World Championships in Oslo. And then you also have Veronika Chumachikova from Russia. She actually qualified the weight class for Russia. I watched her qualify the weight class in Bulgaria and qualify the weight class for Russia, 57 kilograms. However, they sent somebody else to the Olympics, so that had to be tough for her. And she had some amazing comeback wins in that tournament. So her name stands out to me, and I could see her bringing home a medal as well. Moving on, we have Grace Bullen at 59 kilograms. She's a previous world champion. She's going to be in the hunt. You have Aki Hane from Japan. She is going to be in the hunt. Anastasia Nichata from Moldova. Now, Moldova women, they're up and coming, and I believe they're looking for their first world champion for the country. So, being an Olympic year and generally being Olympic, the World Championships after the Olympics is going to be sort of a down year per se. And it feels more like a World Cup, because not all the top stars are there, and, not every country is going to even be represented. But, it opens a door for these other countries and other developing nations that are, knocking on the door to bring home a medal to their country. And that's what it's all about. And then, also in this weight class, this is 59 kilograms. We have Biljana Dodova. She's a previous world medalist from Bulgaria. And Maya Nelson from the United States is representing the US of A, and she will be ready to go to mix it up as well at this weight class. All right, halfway through the women, 62 kilograms. This is the other Kyrgyzstan woman who became one of the first Olympic medalists. Now Tina Bekova, that's her name. I can't pronounce her first name. Zulu Tina Bekova from Kyrgyzstan. She was actually trying to become the first gold medalist. And at 62 kilograms, she had Kawaii, which was going to be a hard road for her to overcome. But she's at the World. She's ready to go. And, actually, Axel Makhmadov was the first opportunity for Kyrgyzstan to win the gold medal. He did not win the gold medal. Victor Lorenz won the gold medal, and then Tina Bekova had the opportunity. Unfortunately, she couldn't take it from Kauai. But Tina Bekova will also have Nonaka Azaki from Japan. Obviously, Japan is loaded and has tons of depth, and every woman or even every athlete they send out there is going to be competitive in the hunt. And then Kayla Miracle is going to represent the United States. She wrestled in Tokyo. She didn't look very good to me out there. I don't know if it was nerves, had a bad weight cut, but I've seen her wrestle, just compete. I've seen her compete a lot tougher. Not that she wasn't competing tough in Tokyo, but it looked like you could just see it in her face. She was like very despondent, and I don't know what it was, but I think she's going to be in the hunt here and, sort of redeem herself from her experience in Tokyo. All right, 65 kilograms. Who we got here? This is 65 kilograms is a good weight. It is a non-Olympic weight. However, you have Maria Mamashuk from Belarus. You have Irina Rinzaki from Moldova, another Moldova woman, and then you have Forrest Molinari for the United States. Forrest, obviously, I believe she's a world medalist at one point, and so she's back in the hunt here at 65 kilograms. 68 kilograms is going to be an exciting one. Tamara Mensah-Stock, the reigning Olympic champion. She's a two-time world champion, and she's back. I'm excited to watch her. She's just awesome. She's just an awesome competitor, an awesome person, and I'm excited to watch her. She's going to have the Olympic silver medalist, the one she beat in Tokyo, Blessing Oborodudu from Nigeria. She's also going to have Kumba Leroque from France and Miram Zumarazova from Kyrgyzstan. These names, man. I love pronouncing them though, because once I get them going, they sort of just roll off the tongue. But that's 68 kilograms. Two more weight classes for the women. Freestyle, we have 72 kilograms. Mazaka Furuchi. She is from Japan. You have Kylie Welker. Kylie Welker I think she might have won cadets and juniors this year. I'll have to check on that, but she's going to be in the hunt. I think this weight class right here is very young. Yulana Yaniev from Bulgaria and Anna Shell. Anna Shell, actually, she's a veteran from Germany, so she's going to be in the hunt as well. All right, last weight class for the women before I move on. We have Adeline Gray leading the field here at 76 kilograms. She is a multiple-time world medalist. She obviously just won a silver medal at Tokyo Olympics. The gold medalist will not be there, so she will still have some great competition. Erica Weeble from Canada, Elmira Saidokova from Kazakhstan, and Ipiri Kaizi from Kyrgyzstan will all be chasing her down. Adeline's been at the top for a while. She's got a target on her back, and I think she thrives on that. You know, she thrives on it, and she doesn't mind the pressure and the attention. But these girls are going to be after her, and we'll see what happens there. So that's the 10 weight classes for the women. The mentions of the United States delegate, you know, if I didn't mention them in the hunt, they're also mentioned at some point. And you know, like I said, I'm going to announce, you know, I'll do it on social media, and I'll put it on my website blog, but I'm going to periodically update, you know, my predictions once I can see the brackets. So, and the women are all, I believe the women don't start until day 3. Let's see. Yeah, day 3. So the men's freestyle starts it off. They'll be done by the 3rd day. And Greco is last. But here's what we're gonna do. I'm going Greco next. Greco is a little thin. You know, there's a lot of Tokyo medalists that are not here, and I believe it was only maybe 8 medalists that are entered. And I don't know how many there are for women. I'd have to count. I'd have to add them up, but 8 seems like a low number relative and compared to freestyle and women. But that doesn't mean, you know, these guys are going to be skipping on the competition. These guys are going to be going after it. You know, these guys are hungry. You know, some of these guys were in Tokyo, non-medalists, but they were in Tokyo and didn't medal, and they're looking to just get back on the podium and redeem themselves. I think it's a good opportunity for them to do that here. So let's go. 55 kilograms. You know, leading the field, I'd say here from Russia is Emin Shevashev, and he is explosive and he's tough. But he's going to have Azizli from Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan Greco, I'm super impressed by Azerbaijan Greco. But Eldaniz Azizli, he will be in the mix. Ekrem Akturk from Turkey will be there. And Nurgazi Tursmania from Georgia will also be in the mix. Max Nori from the United States, he's the delegate at 55 kilograms. And this should be a tough one. I'm excited to see how 55 kilograms goes off. And I believe, you know, 60 kilograms, you know, the next weight class. Emlyn would have been my pick for 60 kilogram champion. However, he will not be there. He opted out. He was an Olympic. He was the Olympic bronze medalist. Orta from Cuba won this weight class in Tokyo. But Steven Mariam from Russia will be here representing Russia, and I have him still in the mix. Russia's deep, you know, in every weight, every style, they're deep. But Murad Mamadov from Azerbaijan is going to be in the mix. Zalam Shembovakov from Kyrgyzstan will be in there, and then Victor Sibanu from Moldova will also be in there. Dalton Roberts from the United States, he's been around for a while. He knocked off Havisov, you know, the Olympian, 2-time Olympian Havisov. I didn't see it coming. My athlete, King Sandoval, who also wrestled at this weight class at the U.S. Olympic trials, he finished 3rd behind Havisov and Dalton Roberts. He said he called it. He said because he's wrestled both of them. He's lost to both of them, but he said Roberts was going to beat Havisov, and he did. So, but here we go. 63 kilograms. Stig Berg from Norway. He is, you know, a previous world medalist and a previous Olympian, I believe. And he is trying to win a medal for the host country. I believe he's one of the only athletes from Norway that might actually have a chance to win a medal. But Stigberg at Stigberg, this is 63 kilograms, non-Olympic weight class. You have Maysum Daukani, Sultan Astuli from Kazakhstan, and Harachi Hoksanyan of Armenia. Jones from the United States will be representing the United States. So that is 63 kilograms. Now, 67 kilograms, here we have an Olympic champion return in the weight class. We have Mohammad Reza Geraye from Iran. He won the Olympics, and he is going to be in Oslo. However, my man Hansu Liu from South Korea, he's looking to redeem himself. Hansu had, he had a preliminary bout. He got drawn in and had to wrestle like the odd person in because they had a refugee. They call it the refugee team. They had an athlete from that team so it was 17 athletes, and Hansu somehow got drawn in, had to wrestle him first, which, he tech balled him, but had an extra bout before he hit the Egyptian. What's his name? It was a good bout. The Egyptian he puts up points, and Hansi tried to come back. He was down like 7-1 and came back. It ended up 7-6. But I'm looking for those two to stand out. We also have Nazir Abdullayev from Russia in here. He's a younger athlete. And then you have another Russian-born athlete. He now represents Italy, Zaire Kabalyov. He represents Italy now. And then Peyton Amanya, he's a headlock king from Michigan State. He is also going to be in the mix, and exciting to see him. He was a junior world medalist, I believe, or maybe U23, but I believe he has a world medal, and he's going to be in the mix. He's a headlocking fiend. It's fun to watch him wrestle. So I'm really interested to see how this pans out too. 72 kilograms, non-Olympic weight class. Not a lot of depth here. I have Pat Smith here from the United States in the hunt here. He's dropping down from 77 kilograms. I couldn't believe it, actually. He's dropping down. He's at 72 kilograms, and he's a big, strong, explosive athlete. And so I do believe he's going to be in the hunt. From Georgia, though, Shamagi Bolkvadze from Georgia, as I said, he'll be in the hunt. And then Malkus Amanyan of Armenia will also be in the hunt. Now, this is my favorite weight class. I've always said it, 77 kilograms, around that weight for wrestling is probably the hardest in the world. I just think, most grown men are going to be around that weight class, and when they're in optimal shape and peak performance, they're going to be at that weight class. 77 kilograms, what can I say? Roman Vlasov, he is one of my favorite athletes from Russia. He's a two-time Olympian. Unfortunately, didn't even go to Tokyo because he lost the spot, but he's going to Worlds. I'm excited about that. He is going to have Mohammad Geraye from Iran. His little brother, I mentioned earlier, won the Olympics in Tokyo. Muhammad Ali Geraye was so close to winning a medal. He's so explosive. Sometimes he just gets out of position and then he does some weird stuff and gives up points. But I'm excited to see how this is going to play out. And then my boy from the United States, Jesse Porter. Hopefully he made it to the airport. He's had so many airport issues. He had an airport issue at Tokyo. He had an airport issue for Oslo. Hopefully he's there. And if he's there, he is going to win a medal. My boy, Jesse Porter, I watch him work out constantly. He's still working out by himself. with a dummy, just like a dummy right there, my souffle's dummy, lying on the ground dead. Um, and he's a student of the sport, and he's a hard worker, and he's talented, and he's just got a good mind on his head. Got to sit down with him for a podcast interview, and I was just inspired from talking with him. So I'm excited to watch him mix it up as well, because he didn't have the opportunity to wrestle in Tokyo, and he should have. All right. A few more weight classes here in Greco, then we're moving on to freestyle. We have 82 kilograms, non-Olympic weight class. Now, Husyanov, Raftig Husyanov from Azerbaijan was at 77 kilograms at the Olympics. He's moving up here, and he is going to have some trouble from Alex Kesadis from Sweden, and then also moving up from 77 kilograms from Tokyo, and Muhammad Ali Geraye actually did a flying squirrel to him. Bozo Starcevic from Croatia will be moving up to 82 kilograms. Ben Provisor is the United States delegate here. Provisor's been out of the game for a while. I don't know what's going on with him, but I think he's going to school now. He's going to wrestle folk style at Grandview University, which seems odd, but I don't know. He's like 30 something years old and going to wrestle in college, but we'll see. 87 kilograms. This is an Olympic weight class. There are 5 world champions in this weight. This is the weight class to watch. I'd say out of every weight class, there's 5 world champions in this weight class. Let's see. Islam Abbasov from Azerbaijan, Zurbai Datsunathili from Serbia, Lasha Gabazi from Georgia, Kirai Masovic from Belarus, Nursultan Turazinov from Kazakhstan. So there's your 5 world gold medalists, all in this weight class. There's no Olympic medalists here, believe it or not, but they're all world medalists. So this will be exciting to watch. And then Alan Vera, you don't have Johnny Stefanowicz here. Not sure. I've been talked to Johnny much. Johnny back there. You can see the picture behind my head right there of Johnny. Got to work with Johnny when he was little, and he was the Olympian for the United States at 87 kilograms. Had a tough one, and his opponent that beat him did not make it to the finals, so that knocked Johnny out. But Alan Vera, very capable. He is Cuban born, I believe, and he's very talented. So I think he can mix it up with those guys too. He's got a tall order though, 5 world champions in this weight. 97 kilograms, we have Artur Sagsanian from Russia, Mohammed Hai Sarabi, Kiriv Milov from Bulgaria, and you have Giangelo Hancock, United States, Tokyo Olympian. He won 2 bouts. I have him in the hunt here. I feel like he just keeps improving every single event he competes in. So that's 97 kilograms. And then 130 kilograms looks to be depleted here. I'm not, obviously no Mijan Lopez, no Riza Kaliap, but you do have the Olympic silver medalist from Georgia. His name is Ikobi Kajia, and he's probably gonna walk away from this thing. Colton Schultz here from the United States, he has his opportunity now. Adam Kuhn, I don't know what Adam Kuhn is doing. He said he was moving on from wrestling to play football, but I believe he got cut from the squad. So I don't know what's going on. He should be still wrestling. He needs to, in my opinion. He needs to be wrestling because he's a former former world medalist. But that's it for Greco. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm flying through this. I'm messing up a lot of names, but I need to get through this, and then the names will improve. And I'll end up posting this on YouTube and putting links in the description where you can find my updates and things of that nature. So, okay, here we go. This is my specialty. This is probably what everybody else has been waiting for, but men's freestyle. I know the most about wrestling, and it's been freestyle. Nothing against women's wrestling, nothing against Greco. In fact, I love women's wrestling. I love Greco wrestling. In fact, I love teaching Greco and training Greco more than I really like teaching freestyle. But my freestyle knowledge is far beyond everything else, far beyond Greco, far beyond women's wrestling. And I'm looking to improve in Greco knowledge and women's knowledge, but freestyle is where I excel and where I have the most knowledge. I don't know, and it's just where I'm most interested in. So 57 kilograms. No Zaire Auev from Russia. He was the Olympic champion. He will not be there. No Ravi from India, Olympic silver medalist. He will not be there. However, you do have Thomas Gilman, bronze medalist. He had an amazing Olympics. He nearly had beat Zaire Auev, and the last literally 5 seconds, Auev pulls it out. But I think Thomas Gilman is going to win this World Championships. He is primed, ready to go. And from what I heard, he wrestled with a Liz Frank fracture in his foot. It's a very rare fracture in your foot, and he was in Tokyo wrestling with it. But apparently, he's ready to go now. Suleiman Atli from Turkey, he's going to be in here. In fact, I think Atli has a head-to-head win over Gilman, but Gilman's on another level right now. When he went to Penn State, I said this before, you can just see it. His demeanor, the way he wrestles, even the way he competes, it's so different than when he was in Iowa. Toshoya Abe from Japan, he will be in here. Japan has a lot of depth at this weight class. Obviously, Higuchi, who was a disappointing, he was just a disappointing miss in Tokyo. We would have loved to see him. But Abe is a junior world champion. He beat, who did he beat? I just watched the bout. He beat Arujau. He beat Arujau from the United States. He beat him in the finals. But so he's going to be in the mix. And the Japanese wrestlers, they're so smooth and they're so fast, and their technique is so refined. I feel like they know all the right spots to complete a leg attack, just due to their pressure, and they're not panicking and they're not trying to rush through. So I'm looking to see Abe mix it up there as well. And Murdalayev, Apgar Murdalayev from Russia, he is going to be in there. Obviously, he is a replacement of Auev, but that is 57 kilograms. But I'm taking Gilman to win this. I'm calling it now. 61 kilograms. I'm calling this one as well. Abis Gedzi Magemenov from Russia, 61 kilograms. He won the 2020 World Cup in Belgrade, Serbia, and he is so slick. He's fast, and he can compete. I see Rahman Amadzu Khalili from Iran being right there with him. In fact, if they're on the opposite sides of each other, I see those two in the finals, but we'll see. He just won the Junior World Championship. Excuse me. He won the Junior World Championships, and I think he has 2 Cadet World Championships. And he wrestled Oguyev to a very close bout at the World Cup in Belgrade, Serbia. And he finished, I think he took a bronze medal there. So senior level, took a bronze medal. We also have Becca Lamatse from Georgia, and then Arsen Hoyanyan from Armenia, and then obviously we have Dayton Fix. And I put Stefan Misek here. I'm not sure what weight class Misek is going, 57 or 61. He needs to probably go 65 kilograms. He looked emaciated at 57 kilograms at the Olympics. He did not look healthy to me at all. But I believe he's going to be in there as well. So I wanted to mention those guys as well. 65 kilograms. Another one, I am going to give you my pick. You know, I hung my hat on him in Tokyo, and it did not pan out. And I'm not, I'm not embarrassed to say it, and I'm not, and I'm not going to lie, I'm taking him again. Vazhin Tavanyan from Armenia. Again, if I had the opportunity to do my picks again for the Olympics, I probably wouldn't have taken him because Tavanyan had Rashidov in the first round, and I probably would not have taken him if he had him in the first round. But you can't predict everything, and so I'm taking Tavanyan again this tournament. He is going to have his hands full. Obviously, you have Zagir Sakayev from Russia. He just went through the Russian world, I guess the wrestle-offs, and he is going to have his hands full. And then you have Amir Mohammed Yazdani. He's explosive. He puts up a lot of points, and I think he's gonna do something here and take home a medal. Then you have Yanni Diakomahalis from the United States. That kid. I don't even know what to say about this kid. He's so humble, and he wrestles his butt off, and he wants to win so bad. But there's something lacking with him. I don't know what it is. Whether it's the strength or he's physically limited because he's had so many injuries. He's been injured so much. And he's a previous world champion, I believe, cadet at least. But I think he prefers to be defensive. And at this weight class, you need to be scoring points on legs. So unless Yanni sticks with that same game plan, I don't see him winning. I can see him taking home a medal. But I believe also for also U.S. tie Sebastian Rivera. I believe he's in this weight class for Puerto Rico. Who knows? He's also big. He could be 70 kilograms. I don't know, but I believe he's going to be in Oslo. And then Kaikai Yamaguchi, junior world champion for Japan. Obviously, Japan's Tokuto Otoguro will not be in Oslo. Neither will Aliyev from Azerbaijan be there. Holtz Punia from India will not be there. So there's a lot missing here. Wide open, leaving the door. Rashidov will not be there. Wide open for Tavanyan. 70 kilograms. This one's I'm pumped about this one too. And I'm gonna call this one too. Evgeny Zerbayev of Russia. He has been knocking on the door for so long in Russia. He's 70 kilograms is a weird weight class because, and I think this is a weight class where many athletes are too big for 65 kilograms. They just can't make it down there, or they can, and they just don't have any energy. And then 74 is too big. And so this weight class accommodates these guys. And Zerbaev is, I think he's been 65. I think he's wrestled Sidakov at 74 before. And he's wrestled those guys tough. Zerbaev has wrestled these guys tough. And he just, he went through a gauntlet at the Russian wrestle-offs, and I'm taking Zerbaev. He is ready to go. He's gonna have his hands full though in all these weight classes. But now this guy, I said he would medal. He did not medal from Kyrgyzstan. Esnar Almatiliev. He puts up tons of points. He's fun to watch. James Green is going to be in there for the United States. Magomurad Gazayev from Poland. He was at 65 kilograms at the Tokyo Olympics, but he's going to be at 70 kilograms. He's a Russian-born athlete. I know he really wants to take up another world. I believe he has a bronze world medal, so he's looking to take home another medal. All right, moving on. We're about halfway through. 74 kilograms. No Sidakov. No Kady Magomedov, the two Olympic finalists. However, you do have Kyle Dake in here. But I don't think Dake's going to win it. I think Ketak Sabolov is going to be in his way, as well as Tamir Bizyov from Russia, another Russian who has just been knocking on the door for so long. In fact, I think he beat Sidakov at their Olympic trials in the semis on a controversial back exposure. They did not award it to Bizyov, and to be able to have that kind of respect and sportsmanship for the sport. I know not everyone does, but for him to have that kind of respect and watch Sidakov go off, and that in of itself has got to give you a lot of confidence that to know that you probably just beat the future Olympic champion. And so I think he's going to take it at 74 kilograms. He's explosive and fun to watch. He has a motor. Kyle Dake at this weight, I don't trust Kyle Dake at 74 kilograms. I think he's too big. He's another case where this weight is just too big, and he should be 79 kilograms. Tazmara Salkanazov from Serbia will also be in here. Not Serbia. I should say Sabolov from Serbia. He actually is Russian-born, North Ossetian, and then he tried to get out of Russia and represent Serbia to make the Olympic team, and he did not qualify the weight. But Salkanazov from, where is he from? Not Serbia. It will come to mind, but he will be in the mix as well. He won Euros, and he just missed qualifying because Kady Magomedov was in his way at the last chance qualifier. All right, 79 kilograms. This one is, I don't think this field is very deep. You have Jordan Burroughs here, has the opportunity to win first senior level event at a different international senior level event at a different weight class than 74 kilograms. But Radek Valiev, he's North Ossetian as well. He had beat Osmanov of Russia in their wrestle off, and I was surprised. Osmanov is, he has been around for a while at 70, being the guy holding down that weight class, and then Valiev comes in. So those two are going to duke it out. I would imagine that might be a finals depending on where they land, but you never know. UWW, sometimes I question how they do things, and they'll stick the two best guys on the same side so somebody else on the other side who might not ever have the opportunity to make a final. I don't know. That's how I just look at it. Moving on, 86 kilograms. Here we go. We have a clash of David Taylor, United States, and Hassan Sharadi Yazdani of Iran. They've wrestled 3 times now, and Taylor has beat him all 3 times. I picked Yazdani to win the Olympics, and he was on his way to win the Olympics until the last 15 seconds. So we'll see what happens here. I'm taking Hassan Yazdani. I can't imagine him losing a 4th time and what that would do to him. He might have to find a different weight class if he loses again. But, Artur Nafanov, he was Olympic. So you have you have 3 Olympic medalists here. Artur Nafanov from Russia, he's the North Ossetian as well. I think he's going to knock one of these guys off. We'll see. And then my boy Ethan Ramos from representing Puerto Rico. I just talked to him. Was talking to him all day yesterday and this morning about some things, tactics and some technique stuff. He asked me to break down his bouts, just all his international bouts, or at least his recent ones. And that's something I just do. I'll pick somebody and I'll just watch every single bout and I'll analyze everything that they're doing, their tendencies, their technique, their tactics, their conditioning. Not so much the conditioning. Everybody's conditioning at this level is pretty good. But the tactics and the technique are 2 things that I really take an interest in. And Ethan knows that. And I've worked with Ethan. I got to coach him. I got to train with him. I got to be in his corner at the Puerto Rican Olympic trials. And so he really wanted me to break down and analyze his bouts. Did it for him. Took a day, but I was able to give him some solid feedback. And I like athletes that are willing to ask for help and also willing to take, the feedback as constructive criticism, because that's what it is. It's constructive criticism. I'm not like criticizing him per se, but I'm really breaking down his deficiencies and telling him, look, this is what you need to do. This is where you need to improve. And that's not easy for some athletes to handle. And I'm grateful for working with athletes like Ethan. So, Ethan, if you watched our interview back in, I think it was July, he was having some he's had some background since college, but he really didn't have any desire to compete. And he just moved down to Duke University, took an assistant coach position there. And I think he's got a renewed energy and he's ready to compete. He's healthy, ready to go. So I'm excited. I think he can be in there and be in the mix and potentially knock one of those guys off. You never stop believing in your guys. And that's how winning is done. You can, there's only going to be a handful, especially when you don't have the accomplishments yet. There's only going to be a handful of people that actually believe in you. And obviously yourself, you have to believe in yourself as an athlete, but your coaches, your family, your teammates, they support. It doesn't matter who else. I don't care if David Taylor's in the weight class. You still believe in your athletes that they can beat a David Taylor. They can beat a Hassan Yazdani. And Ethan has a solid victory over Deepak Punia. He was a world silver medalist. So it can be done. And I believe Ethan will get it done. So 3 more weight classes, 92 kilograms. We have Cameron Gazimor from Iran. He's a 2-time U23 world champion. He has not lost, and I believe he won Cadet Worlds. He has not lost since like 2013. I think he's going to win this weight class. Jaden Cox is here. I don't think this is Jaden weight. I think Jaden Cox doesn't have a home, basically, because he's not going to beat Kyle Snyder. 92 kilograms, I think, is too light for him. and Magomed Kurbanov from Russia is going to be in this weight class, and Osman Nurmagomedov, I believe he's from Poland. He's also going to be in this weight class. Jaden, I think, will take home a medal, but I don't think he's going to beat Cameron. I don't think he's going to beat Kurbanov, and it will be fun to watch. All of these are going to be fun to watch. 2 more weights. This is one of my favorite ones. It's going to give us number 4. All right, number 4, just like David Taylor, Hassan Yazdani. This is Kyle Snyder, Abdul Rashidov, Sadulayev, 97 kilograms. He's from Russia. He's the Russian tank. Kyle Snyder is Snyderman. I'm taking Snyderman. He's my Maryland boy. He's actually on my wall over there too. He went to Fargo with me. Got to work with him when he was just a little not tyke, but 160-pound 13-year-old. 100, and then he was 189 14-year-old, and he was crushing my high school guys. And I'm like, what happened to you, Kyle? And he just grew. He grew, got big, and sometimes that's all it takes. But you see him now. He's gonna beat Sadulayev. The series now is what? 2 victories to 1. This is number 4. Kyle can I guess, tie the series up. But, we also have an Olympic bronze medalist back here, Abraham Conyeto. He is Cuban born, but he's representing Italy. And then here's one that I really would like to see medal. He's just always around, and in Tokyo he was so close to winning a medal. Elizbar Adiakse from Georgia. He's going to be in the mix as well. So Kyle and Abdul Rashid, that's your headliner for this weight class. This is on day 3 of freestyle. Let's go. And then the last weight class, 125 kilograms. We have Gino Petriafili and Taha Akul. So Gino is from Georgia. Taha Akul is from Turkey. Amir Zaire from Iran, and Nick Gwastowski from the United States. That's a clash, man. That's going to be fun to watch as well. Giants of our sport. No Gable Steveson. He's done, basically, from what I'm hearing. I don't know. I don't believe that's the right direction. He says it's been something, the WWE fake wrestling. He says it's what he's been dreaming of since he was a kid. Maybe it is, but I don't know. I don't ever want to diminish somebody's dreams or their goals, but I don't know. I used to watch fake wrestling too, but that's about it, guys. It's got it all in. My eyes are dry. My mouth is watering, dry as well. I'm excited to watch this stuff. I hope you guys are as well. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on my Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Twitter, I'm not really. The Twitter people kind of, I don't know. I don't associate myself with the Twitter wrestling, but I do post highlights and I do post my videos there sometimes. I'm starting to back away from it just because it's a weird place. It's starting to become a weird place for wrestling, and I don't like it. But follow me on Instagram. Instagram is where you're going to find most of my updates on my stories, and then you can figure out what's happening, what I'm doing, where you can find results. Usually it's going to be Facebook, my website, blog, and then I'll try to do my best to put them on Instagram stories as well. But I think the most permanent spots are my website, antjoewrestling.com, and then Facebook. So hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Today was a day off from working out. I didn't feel bad today. I probably could have worked out, but I really wanted to spend my time researching all the weight classes and all the athletes. So we'll catch you guys soon. Appreciate your time, and let's go.